Hello and welcome back. So where last we left, we'd finished recruiting our 6 Rasarus leaders, and we were about to head into the Smuggler's Maze. This is actually my second recording. I had a different issue this time, so that's unfortunate. But I'll try to talk things through as I did it, more or less.
Gunthro, take the raft north ahead of us. Our fleet is coming and we shall follow.
One thing I did want to point out, a difference between this and the non-Steam or pre-Steam version, is that these leaders actually have their own custom graphics now. They didn't before. They always had their own portraits when they were talking, but they didn't actually have their own. The lackeys as well have a new unit as well, which is nice. And you just cheated. You did not hit that orb with your sword, you hit it in some other way. Whatever. North we go. The Smuggler's Maze. The Smuggler's Maze was a vast series of islands, jagged rocks, and clashing sheets of ice that lay across the center of the Rasarus continent. Even the master map of the 8th, created by the esteemed cartographers of Melanthral in 97 BD, doesn't adequately portray its chaotic, labyrinthine nature. Travelers wishing to cross Rasarus to get from Glothared to Tweno are forced to either follow Thurgeon's Way, up Whittled River, or to brave Smuggler's Maze. At the break of the war between Rasarus and Tweno, Twinan troops set up defensive positions on the northern islands of the Maze. Gunthro and the leaders were forced to split up to clear the islands in order for the fleet to advance. Okay, here... Now, these are character soldiers, these are not regular soldiers. Roaches and most other monsters are not able to push rafts around. So, the fact that they're doing this, they're just a special scripted character. Additionally, I guess, that the soldiers would never really do this because they only, they pathfind to an enemy and then move there. So they would never consider the water to be a valid square to move, so they would never pull a raft on their own anyway. Here we go. And yeah, you can see there, I talked before about how the raft transition doesn't, you can't transition with the raft off the screen. That was a special scripted transition, so I didn't even get to the end of the screen, it just sent me to the next room. So this can be used in that kind of a sequence this way. Okay, so here, we have a single guard, it's a pretty easy room. I mentioned before that a guard that doesn't have a path to you is like a roach, and they're similar. But there is actually one difference that I neglected beyond the sword turning, which is if there is only one tile of obstacle, they are smart enough to take a path around it. So like that. I didn't move. See here, I am in this column, but the guard he's smart enough to step around the one tile. And again, he'll be smart enough to step around that bush. But the room itself is not too terribly challenging.
Thanks for opening the gate for us. You must take the long route through the maze. Noble Gunthro, we shall see you again on the battlefield.
Okay, so because of this setup here, I am forced to go north here, while the rest of the army takes the river route directly through. Yeah, these force arrows, this is a one-way trip. So, I now need to find my way through Smuggler's Maze. And as you can see, things are starting to get a lot more complicated, a lot more visually interesting as well. So here we have a room that's combining guards, trapdoors, red gates, and rafts. So a bunch of different things all coming together here. Also, this is aesthetically, I like the way this looks a lot more. It's a lot more interesting than, you know, those rather simple square rooms, square box rooms that we had in a lot of the earlier levels. Challenge, don't use your sword. Here we go. So this is what I was expecting to have in the original raft level. Well, I suppose technically I am using my sword by dropping these trapdoors because Bethro and Gunthro and... well, I guess, yeah, just them. They're not heavy enough. What am I doing? I'm gonna get myself in trouble. I do that at that angle. They're not heavy enough to drop these trapdoors unless they're holding a sword. So there is that. But challenge won't hold that against me, I'm sure. These guards look a little bit trickier. I'm gonna lure them here. Is there a way to do this without using my sword to block them? Oh, okay. Yeah, so I'm using my sword to block, but I don't think that counts. The challenge is just checking whether or not I stab them directly. Yep, look, no hands. Okay. So, challenge completed. And that was a lot more interesting, having it with the guards and also the smaller platform. Still think they could have had a similar challenge in that level, but no, this is fine. I'm happy to see it here. Okay, we've got a guard who has access to a pressure plate. We've got 2 roaches. Pressure plate opens both of their doors as long as the guard is on it, and then a trapdoor leaving a one-way entrance in, so we need to go across the trapdoor and get out in time. How are we going to do this? We're going to set you up here. And go quickly. If I had my sword turned the right way, this would have been better. But still, that's not nearly enough time. So, go through here like that, and use the trapdoor for the exit. And you're already where I want you, so we'll just do, whoops. Yeah, messed that up. Let's just go directly for the door, like that. And finally, Mr. Guard. Take you out without too much trouble. Any little exits through the rocks? I don't see any. River, obviously I can't get the raft up that way. So that's it for that room. So like I said, I am redoing this because I had the recording issue. I'm going to make a couple of mistakes on each room, the same as I did the first time through, just so you can kind of see some of the pitfalls that exist within the puzzle. But overall, I expect this will be much shorter than the 45 minutes that the other video turned out to be. Actually, I just ran out of space on the hard drive, so that was the issue, but that should be fine now. So you. We have an orb that toggles all of those doors. You can use the orb only 4 times. So it's just a matter of getting the roach into place. Well, hit the checkpoint. And the problem, of course, I can only hit this orb 2 more times, right? 2 more accesses, but I need to go through 4 more doors. So what can we do? Well, I noticed if I sit here, I can actually do that. And hit it a bunch of times. Oops. And then, this last one, so I have to hit it 1 more time to let the roach out. Of course, I needed to take into account that I cannot leave this direction for last, because the roach will escape. So we'll just do that again 1 more time. But, oops, put the roach into position, and there we go. Okay, roach behind the trapdoor, so I'm just going to need to, well, you, I think I can just get right away. That, no problem. With this roach, I need to get to here, to bring up around here. There's 1 more roach down here, which is the same deal. I need to manipulate you. So if I go over the trapdoor, I am stuck. So let's just get the roach into position. Can I? No, I can't. I can't do this yet. I need to bring you down here. While I'm here, I might as well. Kill that roach. Here. 3 down, that opens the gate, and then we can get to this last remaining roach. Ah. Through. There we go. And I cannot take this raft up the river. Don't see a way through the rocks, so we are... Just checking here. I think that's it for this end. This room. So this room, more specifically this challenge, ended up taking me about 25 minutes to solve. The room itself was pretty straightforward.
This seems to be some kind of trap left here by the two Wenins. You go first, Gunthro.
Right. So the issue here is that when I step on this, this locks, and all the roaches come for me. Well, the soldiers have to go all the way around. So the trick is to survive while you're waiting for soldier reinforcements. However, because I know about soldier pathfinding, they don't see a path to me because my body and my sword are blocking the roach, but as soon as I do that, I can just bring the soldiers in here like this. And same over here, I can do the same thing. And there we go. And that went actually much, much better than the first time I did that. So I had 4 survivors, and I was actually thinking this challenge might be, have at least 1 soldier survive, but no, this challenge is to complete the room without any soldiers crossing this door. So...
This seems to...
That's one way to solve it, right? No soldiers are gonna ever cross that door now. Of course, the problem is, now I need to find some sequence, right, that'll get me through.
This seems...
Oops. If I leave the soldiers alive, actually, it works out a little bit better because a bunch of the roaches get attracted to them. So killing all the soldiers was actually not necessary. A few other things I tried. Move the soldiers closer. This way. Oh, those lined up nicely. This way I have everybody... Maybe a few more of them getting stuck. So I tried that. I tried being clever with manipulating the soldiers up and then trying this combat a whole bunch of times. I wasn't really getting anywhere. I spent, I don't know, 10 minutes trying variations on that. Then I had this really clever idea. What about killing all the soldiers so they don't cross this, and then using a roach to step on this. So my idea now was if I could get a roach stuck on this square, I could, while I was in this column, I could get the roach to trigger this while I was down here. Then all the roaches would come, swarming to this area, and I can clear it from the north. Right, pretty clever, good idea. But I was unable to actually get what I wanted to work because of vertical preference. So here, what I wanted was I step south, and I want this roach to go to the east. But the roach, of course, is going to go south. And there's just no way I could get this roach off of me and into that position that I was looking for. I wonder. See, now I'm trying this again, and it's like... I don't think this is actually going to work. Right? Because if I step to the east now, he's just going to, step down that way. do that. Doesn't quite work. Yeah. So eventually what I did after a lot of trial and error, I started looking at this. I noticed that if I wait here, then certain roaches come towards me. If I step north, those roaches will go, will start going towards the soldiers. So I was trying to find a way to do that optimally. I was also pretty sure I needed to leave one of these, so I killed the roach on this side because I was going to try to use this one for shelter. If I can kill all these roaches, I can duck behind the broken wall. That's actually what the solution is. It just took me a long time to find a sequence that would allow me to do it. So if I continue north, north, yeah, so that didn't work. There we go. And there we go. Here's my solution. So it's too bad you didn't get to see that in more detail, the thought process. Oh. Almost completed it without losing a single guard. Yeah, lone soldier, not quite. But, like I said, ran out of hard drive space, and the second half of my video got corrupted, so that's just gonna have to do. Tab to take control of the squad mate. Okay. So yeah, this level has a little bit of everything in it. Elements from pretty much everything. Here we've got the Roach Queens and the squad going together. These Roach Queens, you can do tricky things, chasing queens onto pressure plates and trying to make that work, but in this case, whoops. Yes, I mean careless now because I've already done everything. Already done everything once. But in this case, yeah, the Roach Queens are just enemies to take out. So there's nothing clever you have to do with them here.
My name is Gunthro. What? I'm a third-generation Smite Master. I'm a professional. You got a job for me? I clear dungeons, cellars, basements, you name it. I live on roach jerky. I smite monsters for fun and profit. Have a great day. My name is Gunthro.
Okay. Never actually done that. So this, yeah, toggles all of these doors. So I just need one Gunthro to stab north and south continuously to let other Gunthro through here to get to the Roach Queens. Oh wait, why did I step off? I don't want to step off. Alright. There we go. A couple more toggles. And wait a second. Yes, like I said, I have a harder time parsing the rocks than the crack walls. There's a secret here. And oh, finished the level already. Okay. And Golric Dawn Mace up here. So let's deal with these first. We've got a row of roaches. You know how to deal with that by now. We just dump them into the lake. This row of roaches is much harder because you cannot move diagonally across an obstacle. Even if there was no obstacle there, if it was just grass, you still couldn't do it. And obviously I can't enter here because I'll get eaten. So, well, let's go say hi to Golric.
Golric Dawn Mace? What are you doing here?
Something is wrong, Gunthro. I do not believe we should be going to war against Tweno.
I saw what happened. I know it was a Twainan that killed the king. It is they who declare war.
Believe what you will. I am leaving to seek the truth.
Okay. Got a deserter in the ranks. Golric Dawn Mace. So here, all I need to do is arrange the roaches in a much more friendly way. And now, I have to be careful because if I step south, it's going to undo all my work. So I need to approach it diagonally like that, and that'll do. And then Goldrick will lead to the north there. Oops, that was my finger's in the wrong spot. I was trying to turn my sword. Okay. So, despite having level clear... Okay, yeah, I see. This is an optional room with a level clear gate, which has been opened. So, clearing this room first would not have mattered. Right, just one soldier coming straight to us. Pretty much a nothing room, but there is another secret here. Okay, 3 soldiers, 3 guards, 3 roaches, and a pressure plate that unleashes the soldiers. Unleashes the soldiers. Trapdoors, so I have to be in here, at which point I need to wait for the soldiers to clear the room. These force arrows mean that the soldiers have to kill those 3 roaches, so I need the soldiers to kill those 3 roaches for me while I'm in here. The guards just kind of get in the way. Now, I do know that if I step on this, I know how the soldier pathing works, more or less. And they're not gonna leave if I kill this... Well, I've got a save point here. Show rather than tell, I guess. Yeah, see, these guys, they're just sitting there. They're not interested in these roaches. And then they come across here, and they're still stuck, and nothing happens. So I actually need to leave the soldier alive, this guard alive, in order to get these soldiers out. Now, see, I know he's going to rotate his sword to try to face me, so I can just keep him there as long as I want. And this is just now a matter of getting the soldiers lined up in such a way that I only get one going into each of these buckets. Is this good? Maybe? Right, so I know this one is technically closer, but the way that you measure distance, I think you're gonna go for this one because it's the one that's to the northwest. I don't exactly understand. Nope. Nope. And yeah, you went in there. Okay, so let's try the same thing again, but let the soldiers come out a little bit further. Not do it? There we go. Kind of a weird room. Clever use of the guards there as a distraction, so if you're not thinking about the soldiers, you just kill all the guards and then you can't get through. But overall, not going to stop us. Okay, I gotta jump across all these islands that look like they're not connected, but you can get through. And
Gunthro had made it across the deadly smuggler's maze. He could now make his way onwards to the Tuanan coast.
One more room, it looks like. Another optional room. And we do not have a lot of space. Yeah, it's going to shut those and open all of those. So we step on here. Whoops. We have a problem. So let's move 2 of the guards up and leave the other 2 where they are. And that way, we can take care of them without too much.
Hang on a minute, Unca Beethro.
What is it now?
How come the Twainans can wade through water and the Rasarus can wade through water, but Gunthro can't?
Good question, kid. Turns out he could the whole time, but, he was afraid of getting his brand new sword wet.
Duh, why doesn't he just sheath it then?
Sure, he could do that.
Plus, once his sword was protected, he could swim quietly and sneak up on his enemies stealthy-like.
Good thinking, kid. Okay. Then sheathing his sword as he waded through the water, Gunthro made his way onward to the Tuanan coast.
Cool!
That Half is one clever child. Okay, so you see here water and shallow water. Oh, look at that. We have gained the ability to move through some of the water. See this dark square around us? That is the range in which enemies can detect Gunthro while he's in the water. So any enemies outside of here will not react. That includes things like roach queens. They won't spawn eggs if they don't see you. While you're in the water, of course, you don't have your sword. You don't want to get your sword wet, so you can't actually hit the orb. You have to go on to the land. Alright, so that was the Smuggler's Maze. Tuanan Coast. Seek good friends and bitter enemies, and life will always be interesting. Rasarus proverb. The people of this world are just... they think very strange things sometimes. With the Tuanan defenses cleared from the Smuggler's Maze, Gunthro rejoined the Rasarus leaders and their troops. Their fleet assembled, they set off across the Razalban Sea to the south coast of Tweno. Their goal, to lay siege to Englos Keep and bring Tweno to its knees.
Well done for making it through the maze. I fear that Golric Dawnmace has not been so lucky. He is either lost or has deserted. That means you're now in command of the squad. Just tell us if there's anything you need them to do.
Thanks. I might need you later.
Alright. Yes, we got those soldiers there, the clones. I'm gonna put my money on deserting. I don't think that Golric Dawnmace is gonna be joining up with us in the near future. It's a good place to cut the episode. Let's just quickly see where we're going next. There's Old Greybeard. Let's just go to the north.
Nobody is allowed past this point until the charge begins. We are waiting for word from Old Greybeard. He is south of here if you wish to speak with him.
Okay, so these junior soldiers are immune to swords. You cannot stab your way through in advance. So we are blocked off. So let's see what we have to do to start this attack.
Greybeard, are we ready to attack Englos Keep?
No, Artist Frostbard hasn't returned from his survey to the east. We fear his capture.
So Golric Dawnmace will not be joining us. Old Greybeard is here, but there were 4 other leaders. And it looks like we have to go and collect them again. So, as he said, Artist Frostbard. So we will go to the east next time to hunt down the leaders that we were already spent the last 6 episodes hunting down. And do that again. See you next time.